A very good morning, Zimbabwe. Mamukase. So, ZANU-PF people believe that our Jazeera documentary is the one which caused the Zimbabwean currency to crash. And I'm here to give you my own observations. And we have this story from Rutendo Matinyarare, which we need to focus on. So, Rutendo Matinyarare said that these are the repercussions or the aftermath of the gold mafia. He says that in the last 5 weeks since the Al Jazeera documentary dropped, the Zim dollar has lost almost 100% of its value from 900 Zimbabwean dollar per dollar to 1,800 Zimbabwean dollar to $2,000 per US dollar, as people have begun precautionary holding of US dollars because of people losing confidence in a Zim dollar that had been stable for the past 12 months. Gold is taking up with miners and at Fidelity. Meanwhile, the investment to continue mining is drying up due to investors shying away from gold after gold mafia. So here is the issue. Rutendo Matinyarare, number one, has been vocal about Zimbabwe doing its own things outside America. He has been vocal on that. He has been attacking America left, right, and center. So this makes me question this person to say, Muna Kaita say, because number one, the Zimbabwean government was supposed to be prioritizing to have its own mines. The Zimbabwean government does not need investment in the gold mining sector. The Zimbabwean government does not need investment in the precious minerals or precious metals sector. Why? It's because ndo upfumi hwacho hwenyika. Nyika yaifanira kuenda kuAfrican Development Bank, kuChina Afrexim Bank and say, can you give us loans? They take those loans, they come and invest those loans in the mining sector. As the government, they have that capacity. If they want to do it, they can do it. But because of looting, they can't do it. Because they want these licenses for themselves, they cannot do it. So the problem we see right now is that the reality is just coming each and every time. Remember that in 2019, Mthuli Ncube and John Panonetsa Mangudya working together, they said the Zimbabwean dollar and the bond were no longer 1:1. Remember, they brought a bond which was backed by United States dollars. And they said, we have enough United States dollars in our reserves, which means if we don't want that United States dollar to just evaporate, let us use this bond to say this is a dollar bond, which is equivalent to a $1, which means I deposited my money in my bank account in US dollars, and they gave me bond notes, which I was going to trade and circulate. And at any point in time, I would go into the bank and say, here are your bond notes, give me my United States dollars. That was the idea. But years later, they robbed everyone and said it was no longer 1:1. You have taken my money, you have given me a bond, but you are now rejecting your bond, saying the bond you gave me is no longer 1:1, which means who lost? It is the Zimbabwean people who lost. It is the businesses who lost from all those things. Who benefited? The elites benefited because nobody knows where our money is right now. Billions were looted and were stolen in 2019. And if the government of Zimbabwe is serious about it, they must explain kuti mari yedu yakaenda kupi. You might talk about people and say, vamwe venyu manga musina mari. But each and every person who opened an account, aiva nemari yaibata account yaisvika 5 United States dollars. Where is my 5 United States dollars? It was stolen. So how many bank accounts do we have in Zimbabwe? Stewart Bank is the biggest bank in terms of subscribers, in terms of people who bank with it or people who have accounts with it, it is the biggest. Ma$5 ese akavhuriswa maaccounts akaenda kupi? That is a simple question yatoda kuziva. Akaenda mumapockets emapoliticians, akaenda mumapockets ematsotsi. So when Rutendo comes here to try and sanitize this government and say it's because of the Al Jazeera documentary, it's wrong. It is not because of the Al Jazeera documentary. What went wrong? Chichakaita kuti Zimbabwean dollar ne United States dollar tizobva from 1:1. What happened? Because what was supposed to happen is pakauya that money in 2019, Zimbabwe was just simply going to say, maintain US dollar accounts, open Zimbabwean dollar accounts, then they would start to pay off the vanhu vavo, ma-contractors avo, ma-civil servants using the Zimbabwean dollars and maintain ma-US dollar accounts ari zvaari asina kumbobatwa. Saka izvozvozvo ndozvo zvakabvisa confidence. Zvese zvavari kutaura izvi kaizvi, it's just that people no longer trust the banking sector. That is the reason why you see vanhu vane mari dzavo dziri kupinda maaccounts, they want that money out as soon as possible, because you can never trust the system iri muZimbabwe. At any point in time, unomuka mari yako yaenda. At any point in time, you lose your money. That was plain robbery, which happened in 2019. So who do you believe, Kuti, will put his money in the banks? Who? So Rutendo should not come up with all these stories. This issue, ingatoita, the reason why people are losing confidence in the Zim dollar is not because of the Al Jazeera documentary per se, but it's because of lack of trust to this government. Yes. So ukana wakambobirwa ukaona kuti timu iri riri kuba, what do? You take precautionary measures, you take precautionary steps and make sure that you protect what belongs to you. That is what the people are just doing. So who is sane enough to bank? A few days ago, there is a massive gold rush to Zimbabwe after the Al Jazeera documentary. It's you, Rutendo, who was saying so. There's a gold rush. What? Where is that gold rush right now? We are now saying that the investment is now shying away the Zimbabwean environment. It's not because of anything else. It's because of how trading is being done, how useless people are benefiting from these mining things. But they are not involved in any mining, but they are benefiting. They are crooks. Saka, honestly speaking, Team Zimbabwe, it's not about the Al Jazeera, it's about the failure by the government of Zimbabwe to build that trust and to build that confidence.